The Voice of Vietnam marks its 80th founding anniversary.
Ukraine confirms it produces 60% of its weapons domestically.
U.S. carries out large-scale immigration raid, detaining 475 people.
Hello, so good to see you again in today's news. Now here we go, the first step of the show. This morning, September 7th, in Hanoi, the Voice of Vietnam, or VOV, just held a grand ceremony to celebrate its 80th founding anniversary and received the Ho Chi Minh Order for the third time.
Over the past 80 years, the Voice of Vietnam, VOV, has stood alongside the nation as a leading information channel, pioneering in guiding public opinion, serving as a bridge between the party, the state, and the people, and contributing to the realization of the people's aspirations for independence, freedom, prosperity, and happiness. At the anniversary ceremony, VOV was honored to receive a congratulatory letter from Party General Secretary To Lam, who extended his warm regards and best wishes to generations of VOV staff, including reporters, editors, artists, announcers, engineers, and technicians. On behalf of the party, state, and government leadership, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh presented the Ho Chi Minh Order for the third time and affixed it to VOV's traditional flag. The Prime Minister emphasized that VOV must continue to innovate, enhance program quality and content, remain politically astute, deepen its reporting, and stay closely connected to real life.
Ukrainian President Zelensky recently said that nearly 60% of the equipment used by Ukraine's forces is now domestically produced, up about 20% from 6 months ago.
According to President Zelensky, this marks a significant step forward from the 40% localization rate recorded at the beginning of the year. However, he acknowledged that Ukraine has yet to achieve many of its defense industry goals, particularly in developing domestic air defense systems or partnering with other countries to do so. Zelensky and other Ukrainian officials have long stressed that boosting domestic weapons production is key to ensuring the country's future defense capability. In recent weeks, Ukraine has unveiled several initiatives to expand domestic arms production, including launching its first drone manufacturing line in Denmark in cooperation with the host nation. For the 2025 fiscal year, Ukraine has allocated $1.3 billion to defense production.
Meanwhile, the U.S. recently carried out a raid at Hyundai Metal Plant in Elabelle, Georgia, arresting 475 suspected undocumented workers.
Part of an ongoing criminal investigation.
Stephen Schrank, the lead investigative agent for Homeland Security, said most of those detained were South Korean nationals. All are suspected of living and working illegally in the U.S., including individuals who entered the country unlawfully, those with visas that prohibit employment, and others who overstayed their visas. During the raid, some attempted to flee into a wastewater reservoir on the plant's grounds, forcing agents to use boats to pull them out. Schrank stressed that the operation followed a months-long criminal investigation in which agents gathered evidence, interviewed witnesses, and obtained a court search warrant. The raid was carried out in coordination with Georgia State Police, the FBI, the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA, and other federal agencies.
Upcoming are some updated news.
At 7 a.m. on September 7th, storm number 7 was located over the northern part of the Northeast Sea. Winds near the storm's center reached level 9, with gusts up to level 11. According to the National Center for Hydrometeorological Forecasting, the storm has shown little movement in recent hours. By 7 a.m. tomorrow, September 8th, the storm is forecast to be over the southern waters of Guangdong Province, China, with winds strengthening to level 10 and gusts up to level 13. It is moving northwest at 10 to 115 km/h and is expected to intensify further. The affected area is the northern part of the Northeast Sea. The disaster risk level has been set at level 3. Under the storm's influence, the northern part of the Northeast Sea will see strong winds of level 7-8, with areas near the center reaching level 9 to 10 and gusts up to level 13. Waves are expected to reach 3 to 5 meters, causing very rough seas. Vessels operating in these dangerous areas may be affected by thunderstorms, squalls, strong winds, and high waves.
The Hanoi Five Gateways train, inspired by images of the ancient Thăng Long Citadel, is scheduled to begin service on September 6, 2025. Departing from Hanoi Station, passengers will experience an onboard cultural space during the journey to Tucson Station. They will then have 90 minutes to visit Zhengzhou and take part in local cultural activities before returning to Hanoi at 10:30 a.m. The route runs through Hanoi, Long Bien, Gia Lam, Yen Vien, Tucson. The two-story train is designed with each carriage telling its own themed story, offering passengers a fresh and unique cultural experience.
On the nights of September 7 and 8, the moon will pass into Earth's shadow, gradually darkening and shifting from silver to red in a total lunar eclipse. While the event will not be visible from the Americas, some 5.8 billion people, about 71% of the world's population, across the most densely populated regions of the Eastern Hemisphere, will have a clear view of the 82-minute eclipse. This is the second total lunar eclipse of 2025. It will be fully visible across Asia, from Saudi Arabia to the Philippines, from the Arctic Ocean to Antarctica, as well as parts of East Africa and Western Australia. The rest of Africa, Australia, and Europe will witness a partial eclipse. In Vietnam, the eclipse will be visible in its entirety from the night of September 7th into the early hours of September 8th, 2025.
Today, September 7th, marks 69 years of radio and 49 years of television in Nghệ An. Amid the swift passage of time, the artifacts of the broadcasting sector serve as a bridge to the past, recalling an era of journalism marked by hardship, dedication, and deep pride. More in the story today.
This is a Tascam recorder, used in radio program production studios from 1995 to 2004. It captured countless familiar voices and breaking news bulletins. And here is a large, heavy camera, once carried by reporters to the field or standing firmly in the newsroom studio. Each artifact is a vivid slice of broadcasting history.
We had to use a black fabric bag to hold the film roll. With both hands slipped inside, we manually wound the film from one end to the other. Back in the day, producing TV news meant filming on celluloid. After shooting, the film had to be developed using chemicals, a process not unlike washing Morning Glory. We then arranged and edited each frame by hand. Sometimes we even had to broadcast using still images.
Alongside production equipment, Betacam tapes are still preserved in the archives. They hold the sounds and images of events and stories from another time.
In the past, everything was stored on tape, and searching was time-consuming. Now, with digitization, it only takes seconds, yet those old tapes remain priceless assets.
Journalism will continue to undergo new revolutions. But behind every technology are dedicated people who work silently for their craft. These artifacts not only recount the journey already traveled, but also inspire today's journalists to uphold their mission of serving the public.
The last story just ended our news today. Thank you so much for your attention. Goodbye for now and see you later.